what specifically can you do? Like, why are you going into Congress? And on a super basic level, like, what are your powers in Congress, and what can you do?
Uh, Not much. Like I just wanna like I wanna recognize the reality of like this is why a lot of people don't run.
Okay.
Is
Yep.
they recognize it like especially right now. I mean, this has been the trend is like, and it's kind of completed is like the Senate Majority Leader and the Speaker of the House now have complete control of Congress. Like complete, like it's like pretty much. Obviously, we've been seeing Schumer has been failing to rally the Democrats on some piece of legislation, but generally, that's what it has come down to, and that just has to do with like Congress is able to write its own rules about how it governs itself and how it operates, and over time, it has just continued to move more and more and more power into the hands of the Speaker and the Senate Majority Leader. And in the last 5 years, there have been zero votes on legislation introduced by freshman members of Congress. Um, the year before that, it was a couple dozen. Before that, it was almost 100. Before that, it was hundreds. And it's like this has just been a trend. It's like it's this is bipartisan, by the way. Like this is from Paul Ryan and Pelosi both working toward this. Schumer and McConnell both working toward this. Of like just this centralization of power. And it really what it comes down to, like how they a big way that they've done it is like Nancy Pelosi raises more money than the whole rest of the Democratic caucus in the House combined. And so Pelosi can say, and McConnell, and Schumer are the same way in the Senate. Um, Pelosi can say, hey, well, if you just tag along with whatever I tell you, then if you get primary, if you're getting primaried in your next race, I will dump a bunch of money in your race to make sure that you don't lose your seat. So just do whatever I say, and you'll be comfortable, cushy. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to work. You can keep your position. You can keep making all your money and all your connections in DC. And all you got to do is just vote yes when I tell you to vote yes. Um, and again, like Kevin McCarthy, same way. Mitch McConnell, the same way. Chuck Schumer, the same way. And then now they have this like rule of like I think it's actually in writing now that like they won't introduce any legislation that they don't like that they're not 100% sure that they can like get passed. Like Pelosi just won't allow a vote for any legislation that's not 100% sure going to get passed, which is just ridiculous because now we can't get gauged on where our representatives stand. We don't have like official records. Like a lot of representatives go really out of the way to avoid putting their vote on record because it can make them look bad or like they have their own money and interests, they're corporate masters, so like there's a lot of corruption in there. So like I fully recognize that I'm going to be limited in terms of my legislative powers in my first term. There